Hello, welcome to Talk a Good Game. It's just finished. West Ham United 1, West Brom Albion 0. The Hammers 7th in the league. Ho ho ho! Here we go. European football. Well, maybe. There's a long way to go, but we can enjoy it, can't we? Another win for West Ham as we slowly climb the table. It's enjoyable. Well, was the match enjoyable? That's what we're here to discuss. But we're here to talk about highlights just on my own. Gonzo disappeared. I don't have Gonzo tonight, but he'll be back doing these videos tomorrow as always. It took a while, didn't it? Took a while to get that goal, but the first half, I thought we were alright, to be honest with you. I think it was as expected. West Brom was sitting back, and it was a bit ugly. It was a little bit law of averages with crosses. We just kept putting crosses in the box. I think we were almost just going for the numbers games. If you put in 30, two of them will land pretty good for you. I think we were just playing law of averages, and I didn't necessarily think it was a bad tactic, to be honest with you. I thought previous games this season, I think we've been a little bit too nice, if you like, too tippy-tappy, a little bit pedestrian outside there. In the final third, I thought we were a bit slow at times, but tonight I didn't really feel that. I felt we were trying to just get the ball in the box and hope something lands for us. I thought, Ben Rama was the main orchestrator for the crosses. He was holding on the ball, getting Creswell involved, Souček involved. And it wasn't pretty, right? It wasn't pretty. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a thoroughly enjoyable game of football to watch, because that was not thoroughly enjoyable to watch in the first half. But I thought it was effective. I thought Moyes was trying to do something that was just straight to the point, that's going to get us goals, and I think we deserved it. When we got the goal that came through, and Ben Rama put over a deep cross to the back post, went through to Sufal at the back post, who hit it pretty hard and back into the box. And Bowen, clever by Jared Bowen, though, chested into the goal. He'd be forgiven at the first sight for thinking it sort of hit him and went in. But we got the goal. Happy days, and I thought we deserved it. I was glad we got the goal as well just before half time, because it changed it. Cause, I was fearing going in at 0-0. There would have been pressure on David Moyes to change something. What are you going to do, David Moyes? What are you going to do to go and win the game? Because we were favourites. The pressure was on us tonight. And also it says to Allardyce, well, you're going to have to do something different. Now, actually, sort of backfired, if you like. We'll get on to that in the second half. But at half time, I was really happy. I was really confident. I'll be honest with you. I was really confident we were going to go on and win 3-4-0, to be honest. I thought we were going to go on and score more. 1-0 going in, I thought they would have to come out and play, and that would suit our style completely. So, happy Gio at half time. But second half, we didn't have to wait long, did we? Pereira getting the equalizer, and it was a bit of a, not against the run of play, because West Brom had a couple of bits and pieces in the first half, but I never felt they ever threatened Fabianski's goal. I feel sorry for West Brom fans watching that in the first half. But anyway, the second half, Pereira, it's a fantastic finish, absolute pinpoint into that far corner. I don't like it when keepers get beaten from that kind of angle and it goes across their body. You don't like it, but when you watch it back, the strike, it's just a fantastic strike. I do think we backed off him. He had far too much room at the start. Where our centre midfield was, I don't know, but there wasn't a centre midfield there. And then he was able to drive out our defence and create Dawson turn into Roger Johnson a little bit and just went backwards. He was facing the wrong way. He had turned his body, kept going back. Invited him to the edge of the 18 yard to have a shot at goal. Brilliant finish by Matheus Pereira, though. It really is just a lovely individual goal. And it was a bit of a blow, a bit of a shock. It certainly shut me up. I was sitting looking at the TV thinking, oh no, I've just been doing videos saying we're going to win 3-4-0 and it's 1-1. I could picture Allardyce smiling, grinning that his game plan was working. And then they got their tails up. I have to be honest with you, they got their tails up, and I was a little bit worried that they were going to go on and win the game. It felt like the West Ham of old, if you want to call it that, because David Moyes at the weekend said that there's like a new West Ham, if you like. In the West Ham of old, we'd have probably gone on to lose that match, but we didn't. We sort of stuck it out, and it was a little bit ugly at times, and I felt at times West Brom were the better side in the second half, to be honest with you. But we've just got better players. Whenever we went forward, I almost fancied that we were going to do something. But listen, hands up. When Moyes did the substitutions, he took off Ben Rama and Lanzini for Fornals and Yarmolenko. I'm not going to lie, I was not a fan of them. I was thinking it was a little bit risky. I thought the Lanzini for Fornals one was a bit obvious because Lanzini was not having a really good game at all. But when he took off Ben Rama, I thought, oh no, we're taking off the pace, we're taking off the guy that was he was our most creative player, I thought. I thought he was the one creating the chances, putting the crosses in, that was dragging the West Brom defenders out of position. I thought Benrahma was playing okay, to be honest with you. But to take him off for Yarmolenko, I thought it was risky by Moyes. I thought it was the wrong substitution. I don't mind him. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I thought it was really good subs. I didn't. I thought it was the wrong subs, putting Yarmolenko on for Saeed Benrahma. Not so much Yarmolenko come on. Admittedly, I would have probably taken off. This is even worse because he scored. I would have taken off Antonio. I thought Antonio was looking a little bit iffy. The first half he was bits and pieces, but he did the second half until the substitutions. I didn't really think he had done much. I didn't think Antonio was involved at all. But hey, that's why I'm sat in my living room on a webcam and not involved in football, and David Moyes is a Premier League manager, because the substitutions worked perfectly. Another cross, this time to the back post. Yarmolenko heading it down. Mikel Antonio. It's a fantastic turn and finish. A real striker's goal from our... We've got to call him a striker now. I know we keep saying, and I keep saying it's like a makeshift striker, but he's not a makeshift striker anymore, is he? That's now his 41st Premier League goal for West Ham, so he's 7 goals away from becoming our all-time Premier League goal scorer, 6 goals away from equaling Di Canio's record. But yeah, it was a great finish by Mikel Antonio. And then it started to it got a bit end-to-end, didn't it? There was a few leery moments that makes me a bit nervous. I just get a bit nervous watching us defending for some reason. I don't know why, because we're good at it and we're organised and stuff, but there's just something... We concede possession too much. We don't mind the other team having the ball, and it gets a little bit, please stop this, please can we just get the ball and start knocking it around kind of thing. But we didn't do that. Big VAR call though, wasn't there? Thomas Souček in the box, got his foot on the ball, and Furlong possibly, Sawyer's Furlong, I think it was Furlong, kicked Souček and the ball at the same time kind of thing. I thought it was a penalty, to be honest with you. But before West Brom fans are, whoa, you're biased, can I also just say, I think they got the decision to allow West Brom's goal to stand. I thought that was correct. You know, they were looking for potential offside with Gallagher. I don't like seeing those goals disallowed. I don't think, is he interfering with the keeper's line of sight? I don't think he is massively. I don't like seeing goals like that chalked off, or goals that are just a bit of their arm is offside and stuff. So West Brom, I think your equaliser should have stood. Correct decision. However, I do think we should have got a penalty. And it's not so much VAR. I don't have an issue with VAR. I think VAR is a good thing if it's used correctly. The idea of using technology to make the game fairer and more accurate is good. However, as West Ham fans, if you're a West Brom fan, you might as well just cover up here. But when we went to Anfield not long ago, Liverpool were given a penalty because Masuaku done the exact same thing to Mo Salah. All we ask for is consistency. All we need is a little bit of consistency, that's all. But anyway, I thought it was a pen, but it doesn't really matter in the end. We won 2-1. Nervous at the end though. Gallagher had a volley saved by Fabianski. Then he dived. I don't like seeing that, especially for a player with the quality of Gallagher. He doesn't need to do that dive at the end. You're a good player. Don't cheat. You don't need to cheat, particularly when we've got VAR. Let's just say the referee did give the penalty for that. They should check VAR, and they would have been able to say, well, he's dived, you've got that wrong, just continue with play, please. It's all a bit pointless. A silly booking to get as well for someone who's probably going to get 10 yellow cards and therefore get a 2-game suspension eventually during the season. And he's such an important player. Just a bit naive on the youngster, really. We don't need to see that. But anyway, 2-1. We won. That's the main thing. That is the main thing at the end of the day. So there's sort of two parts of it here. The result and the performance. We'll take the result first. I think it's a good result. We're, like I said, 7th in the league prior to tonight's games. You know, Chelsea are playing Leicester at the minute. We've gone above Chelsea. But if you'd offered any West Ham fan right now, we'd be where we are now, 32 points above Chelsea. We're a couple of points behind Liverpool. They might have a game in hand, but it doesn't matter. This is a fantastic season from us. We can genuinely start to believe that we can qualify for European football this season. I'm going to do a video with Gonzo about it because I'm a big pro-Europa League fan. I'm not so much a fan of the competition per se, but I'm very much a big yes to trying to get in it, to be in the competition, whereas Gonzo's not so keen. So we'll do that video later in the week or early next week or something. I'm looking forward to it because this is why we move stadium. At the end of the day, we move stadium to move to the next level. I know people don't like us going on and on and on about the stadium, but that's the barometer that has to be to try and qualify for European football. In this season, we can start to believe a little bit. We've got the cup on Saturday against Doncaster. Performances like this, well, not so much performances, results like this allow us to believe that we can actually go on and possibly do something in the FA Cup. I know we've got tough fifth round. It doesn't matter. But I thought the win, it's great to get the win under our belt, but performance-wise, it's a little bit iffy. I'm very cautious. I'm very, very cautious. A lot of people sort of... I'm not David Moyes' biggest fan. I've never been David Moyes. Has he won me round? He has. I was going to do a video specifically about this, but I might as well mention it because I love Gonzo, so the review's a bit shorter now, so I need to fill it in a little bit. But I'm not David Moyes' biggest fan. I never have been. I've certainly warmed to him. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, disclaimers over and done with. The one thing that's holding me back the most, the one thing that's stopping me, is I do think the Premier League at the minute is not compromised, but there's no fans. What we just saw tonight against West Brom and what we saw for 20 minutes, 30 minutes against Burnley on Saturday, the home fans would have got a little bit restless. If we were there, if you were at that game, a season ticket holder or a match ticket, whatever, you've travelled, you paid your money, you've done this, you've done that, right? You've done all this stuff to get to the game. And you're there and you're watching Sam Allardyce's West Brom outplay us. The crowd would get a little bit restless. The crowd started to get a bit, oh, come on, let's get the ball going. And that's why I remain a little bit sort of cautious. And tonight was one of those games where it wasn't great. The performance wasn't great. But it's a sign of a good team, surely. When you're picking up results, when you're winning results, when you're winning games, and... Sorry, let me just try to get rid of this person that's in the live chat. Julia. She's not very happy with West Ham at the minute. Let's try and get rid of her. I've got no moderators. Gonzo's disappeared. The moderators have disappeared. Crikey, I'm all on my own. I feel like West Ham's striker. There's no one around me. No one helping me out. I'm like Michael Antonio. But anyway, there we go. That's that dealt with. That's her dealt with. Away she goes. She must be a Baggies fan. Anyway. Kicking off over there. But what I was saying is, I think the fans being at the ground almost wouldn't accept that performance to some extent. Not the 90-minute performance, just for 10, 20 minutes when the other team's on top. I think they would start to get a bit, come on, boo. Well, maybe not booing, but you know what I mean. The moans and groans would be there. And I think it just changes the... outcome of the game. But anyway, back to the game in particular. Good result, fantastic result. We're moving. Individual performance as always. It's a difficult one. I don't think anyone was fantastic. I don't think anyone was 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performances. It's going to be tricky to pick a man match, although I've got one guy in mind. I'm going to pick him. But I don't think anyone was superb. But with the greatest of respect, West Brom fans, the fact that our players didn't have to play that well and we won shows how poor your football can be, how bad Allardyce can be as a manager. That's actually what they didn't play that bad tonight, I felt, in the second half, West Brom, but that first half was just dreadful from them. They had no intention of trying to win the game or anything like that. But just poor from West Brom. But individual performance, West Ham, I thought Sofao was brilliant. Spoiler, he's my man of the match. I think great assist for him. Got down the line really well. Was often providing width from the right back position. I thought he was really, really good. He's proven to be a bit of a bargain, isn't he? So he's definitely sort of one of the better performers in the West Ham shirt tonight. I thought Cresswell was doing quite well to get forward. I thought he linked up quite well with Ben Rama. I thought Cresswell was starting to link up with Saeed Ben Rama, which we haven't really seen before. I thought they were a little partnership was blooming as the game got on. So that's part of the reason I was a little bit disappointed that Ben Rama went off. I was looking forward to seeing that partnership almost evolve during the 90 minutes and seeing if we had some sort of long-term link-up going on there, because I felt Cresswell linked up well with Masuaku, and I felt we've missed that since switching to back four. I do feel like we've missed the Cresswell and Masuaku thing down that hand side. So I thought he linked up really well with Ben Rama. I thought the centre backs didn't have their best game. I thought Obwana was okay. I thought Dawson was okay. Made a small error for their goal, but other than that, didn't really do anything wrong. solid performance from the back four, decent enough from the keeper. I thought Rice and Souček were quiet, but they weren't bad. But they were just quiet. That's all right. You like a quiet game now and again. This is a midweek fixture. We've got plenty of them coming up and stuff. The Bowen, Benrahma and Lanzini, don't think Lanzini was at his best. I was a bit disappointed. He's the one player I was most disappointed with tonight, actually. I was hoping for big things from Manuel Lanzini, and there was a few misplaced passes and there was a few overhit passes, and at times he wasn't under pressure. So I was a bit frustrating, because I do think he's got the ability, and I thought he's looked good. Some games he's come off the bench, I thought he's looked good. I thought he deserved his start. I was excited to see him start, but he just didn't take it. I thought Benrahma looked really good though. I was pleased with Saeed. I think he's better out on the left than he is in the middle. I think in the middle sometimes it can be a bit congested in their form. I think Crystal Palace in particular really sort of smothered him. But out on the left tonight, I thought he was going one-on-one with O'Shea quite a lot, and I think he was beating O'Shea. I think he was, every time he got the ball, I think O'Shea was retreating because he didn't fancy his chances. Whenever they went in to try and tackle him, he was jinking past the players. I thought Benrahma looked really good down that left-hand side. Disappointed to see him come off. I thought Antonio done well. First half, I thought he was looking busy, causing them problems. Won us a few free kicks using his body. Doesn't always look fully fit to me, but the manager himself tells us he's not fully fit, so it's expected. I thought he'd done quite good, Antonio. Jared Bowen got his goal, didn't he? I thought he looked a bit better, actually. I thought Bowen looked good tonight. I thought he was releasing the ball a bit more. I thought he wasn't as selfish tonight as he was against Burnley. I think everybody was a bit frustrated with him against Burnley, particularly for that chance that he could have laid back to Benrahma, and he didn't. So there was a sort of all eyes on Jared tonight. He got his goal, but I thought his passing and movement, I thought he was sharper tonight. I thought he was looking to lay it off to the likes of Sofal and Declan Rice a few times as well. So I thought he'd done well. The subs, Fornals didn't have much to do, really. I think he was more sort of, because he'd come on and we got the goal reasonably quick, he was sort of almost like a defensive player, and he was just occupying space more than anything. Whereas Yarmolenko got his assist, looked busy, which is good. So yeah, happy hammer. I thought the players, like I said, when I say no one was man of match, bar Lanzini, I don't think anyone played bad. I think Lanzini had a quiet game, a poor game, but I think the rest of them was good, 6s and 7s, averages, which was decent enough, if you like. What final thoughts in a second? I seen during the game that the FA are now looking into this gentleman's agreement between West Brom and West Ham over the Robert Snodgrass thing. West Brom confirmed before the game that Snodgrass couldn't play because of an agreement between the two clubs. Surely there can't be much in that. I mean, if there's nothing written into the contract situation and stuff, and it is just a gentleman's agreement, then have they really done anything wrong, kind of thing? If I would argue, I would almost argue something and say, well, hang on a minute, you like the FA rules. I know it's different. I know someone's going to tell me it's different. Like I said, I agree it's different, but just hear me out a second. It's like when you loan a player from a parent club, you're not allowed to play them against that parent club. Now, I understand why. Okay, I understand why, but this is it too dissimilar? I guess it is to an extent, because he's now permanently a West Brom player, but it's just a gentleman's agreement. It's just, I don't know. I don't think there will be anything that comes of it. I've seen the reports and stuff, and a lot of people are mentioning in the live chat at the minute as I do this review, but we'll wait and see. But I'll be surprised if anything comes of it. Final thoughts are, it's another win. It's a big, big win. I was hoping to smash them, but I think West Brom actually played better than I thought, to be honest with you. I thought West Brom in the second half played better than I thought they'd done, and I'd possibly given them credit for it. The first half I thought they were poor, turned up for the drop, turned up for the 0-0. Second half the hand was forced, and I think they did okay. They made a good account of themselves, actually. If I was a West Brom fan, I'd be a bit annoyed that Allardyce hadn't tried to play like that in the first half as they did in the second half. They could have had a pop at us, but they didn't bother. They didn't bother going for it. They played for the 0-0. But it's a big win for West Ham. Like I said, these wins allow us to dream a little bit more. And the West Ham of old would have lost that game, but we didn't tonight. We won. So while I might not be, the football itself might have been a little bit boring, a little bit at times, the mentality of the side and stuff is the positives we should take from this. That's what I'm taking. I'm happy. I'm delighted to get the win tonight. Really, really good, because like I said, at one point I was a little bit worried. Moyes got his subs bang on. I was cautious when he done them. I thought they were the wrong subs, but hey, well done, Davy Moyes. You've done it again. The substitutions, you nailed it. Anyway, I'm pretty much going to disappear. That's all I've got to say. Like I said, Gonzo couldn't come into the review tonight, so I'm off to do the player ratings for the patrons by myself. But Gonzo will be back tomorrow with these videos and so on and so forth. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've got a game on Saturday, so myself and Gonzo will be back with a preview on Thursday night. And we've got a cup of tea. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we've got a cup of tea. Myself and Gonzo doing a cup of tea. We'll be looking at the 11 years of gold, silver and baby at West Ham United. Hope you can join us. 8:30 kickoff in the live chat. We'll see you then.